did you realize that these are the first signs that, my marriage is not really
No,
working?
these were not the first signs for sure, but there were lots of other signs. And then you obviously don't, you don't tell your parents, you don't tell your people, because you feel, oh, this was one issue, and then you stay back, and then one more issue, and then you stay back. And then I was also expecting another child, and then I was like, I had a miscarriage, and then I had another miscarriage, and it was all because of, you not being happy in that space. And every time I wanted to go out and do an event or go out and do a show, I used to come drop my child at my mother's home, and then I used to stay back 2 days, and I used to feel I'm so much more comfortable here. And what happens is earlier it used to be like, oh, inka divorce ho gaya times, but now the times are where people are very supportive if you are not happy. In fact, if
it's
you
not
are,
a taboo term anymore.
Yeah, in fact it's the reverse. If you're uncomfortable, you make your family uncomfortable, because they don't know how to treat you when they come. They know inka jhagda chal raha hai, ha, hello bete, and all. And even your friends and even the society. And then you can't do, oh, happy new year to my darling and happy anniversary, and people are like, oh really? People snigger at couples like that who are putting on an act. They are much more comfortable when you come out and tell them that this is not working out. Your family is finally more comfortable. So my mother was finally more comfortable when I came and told her. She says, I saw you struggling. I saw you go up and down. And why are you beating yourself up? If it's not, stay here for a while and see. Does it make you feel better? Because he'll come back and say that, okay, I'm going to do this and it's going to be different, and then it wasn't. And then she says, don't beat yourself up. And they were all supportive. My sister was supportive, and everybody was supportive. And then I just thought this is a better place for my child to grow up, and kids grow up better with grandparents anyway.
I do agree.
And we think that the kids are not well equipped for this, but now I meet my friends and they tell me that, my kids who are now 16, 17, they say, Mama and Papa, don't suffer each other because of us. We are fine. I mean, we've known since we were 7 years old.
A lot of divorces, I think, a lot of people don't really get out of a troubled marriage because of their kids.
They say that, but today the kids are like, don't suffer each other because of us.
Like you said, if you want to address it, because you addressed something that not many public figures have addressed. You said that you suffered miscarriages.
Yeah.
During a troubled marriage, that is the time when you need your partner to stand by you.
Yeah.
Did you have your partner?
No. And I thought sometimes people can be very insensitive. And one of my favorite movies is, The War of the Roses, where they're so in love and they buy this home and they do it up, and at the end of the day he's like cutting her high heels and she's banging into his stuff, and it gets to that. That's why the person you say you can't live without, then you're like, I can live with anyone but this person. And you can be lonely in a marriage when you feel very alone, because you can't speak to your family, you can't speak to your friends, you haven't started sharing. And it's difficult with the person that you are living with. It can get very, very lonely. And then when I came back to Mom's house and I started living there, it was lovely. And just then my mom gets detected with Parkinson's, and she was just having falls. And it would happen on a day when I would fly out to do an event, and they say, my staff used to call and say, Mummy gir gayi. And then I asked her, and then one day she's a very strong lady, and she was helping me through this whole thing, and like, we'll get ahead of this together, I'll take care of your child, you go out to work. And then suddenly she sat on the bed and she says, no, it's something different. I'm not tripping, I'm just freezing. And then my brother said, take her to a neurologist, and we did. And then we were briefed that this is how her next 10 years are going to play out. So then my concentration was on that. If there is any place that I was depressed in, it was during that time, when I was hit with mummies,
by the news.
And then it started playing out exactly like the doctor was saying. First we were in denial. I was like, no, it's not this, it's something else. That was my most depressing. I would, even if somebody said something marginally something to me, I started crying. I was depressed then.